Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to go over how to propagate your Tradescantia or your wandering Jew plant. This thing grows like a weed, let me tell you. It definitely gets leggy after a while, so like I was saying in my prayer plant video, propagating this guy is essential to keeping a fuller, healthy looking plant, because after a while it'll just get tired, it'll be like, ugh. This is how you do it. I don't know how to transition in my videos, okay? I admit it. I admit it fully. So let's get into it. Okay, so I actually started a couple cuttings a couple weeks ago now. Within days, this guy started shooting out roots. Let me zoom in for you. But you can see the roots just like freaking out in there. Barely. You can barely see them, I'm sorry. They literally started appearing within days, and it's been a couple weeks now, so it's really happening, okay? They're all about an inch long, so it's time to repot. What I'm gonna do with these cuttings is I'm actually going to fill in this plant I have here. See how it's not very full? It only has a few vines, but just wait. Because this guy is thick and luscious, so long, like look how long these freaking vines are. So I've been cutting from this plant and I'm trying to add to this one here just to make it look a little fuller and more lively. That's what we're doing, and I'm actually gonna clip more off of this because look how long, it's ridiculous. It hangs over my TV and part of the branch just covers part of the TV, so it's getting out of hand. Once you start blocking my television, it's clipping time. Let me show you how I cut it, and then I'm gonna repot those cuttings right here. Okay, so here, sorry, there's just a chair behind me. I was sitting there, so that's why. It's too late, I've already mentioned it. So this is really hard to show and it's not hanging up, but basically I'm gonna be clipping the two longest vines here. So just to show you on this vine, basically wherever you see like one of these little bendy parts, that's the official term, is a bendy part. And then right here you see where there's kind of like a line through the stem right there. That's where the roots will pop out, and I'll show you on my cutting as well. But basically I'm just gonna snip like right here, right below where this leaf is, or above, sorry. So I'm just gonna clip right here like that, and then right here I want to clip just above this point right here because that's where the bendy part is. Okay, so boom, done, haircut complete. Now it's a little shorter, she got a little haircut, she's still looking lush, but now I have these two cuttings that I'm going to secure in water and it'll pop out roots within a few days, I'm not even kidding. So I'm gonna put this guy down. And now I'm going to show you how I repot my cuttings and how I take care of these, although this is pretty straightforward. You put it in water. So. Okay, so the cuttings that are already rooted, let me take them out. I'm trying to be careful with their roots. So as you can see, the roots kind of pop out of that bendy part like I was saying. So these roots are about an inch long. I think they're ready and they can handle the soil now. It's like impossible to see. I think they're ready to go, so I'm gonna show you how to pot these up. And seriously, look at this root. I mean, this one's even crazier. You see that? Yeah. So it's go time is what I'm trying to say. So like I said, I want to plant them in this pot that isn't quite as full or happening. I'm gonna put them in here just with the other branches just because, obviously it's doing well. Okay, so I removed the top rocks and I'm just gonna pop them in over here. See how empty it is right there? So I'm just gonna put my little cuttings in there, and all I use is a chopstick. It's nothing fancy. Just a stick of wood. That's all you need. You don't need a shovel. That's for gardening. This is house plant gardening. It's a different situation. So you see how long these roots are? So I have to be very careful not to break the roots off, which I'm very good at, I've learned. But I literally am just digging a hole, and you want the soil to be covering it to about here, like well above the root, but not too deep, okay? And you want to give the root plenty of room down there. So now I'm gonna cover up to that spot where I told you. Just about that height so it's nice and secure and it won't fall out. So now it's like here. I'm just gonna position it so it's in an area away from the other vines so it's kind of more full looking. And then I'm gonna do the same for this one. I'm gonna create a hole A good distance away from that one, but still on the same side because I want to fill it in. I'm gonna create enough space, and then I'm gonna bury it the same amount. You want it just like half an inch above where the roots are, the soil. So I'm gonna tap down the soil to really secure it in place. Okay, so these guys, here they are, right here and right here. And now I'm gonna put the top rocks back in place because those really help secure your cuttings into the soil, so there's no chance of them possibly falling out, because that's also happened to me, and then the cutting just dies before you realize it, and you're just like, cool, rock and roll, dead cuttings. It's great. So now I'm re-securing them, securing the situation. So now you can see I have my 2 new cuttings in there, and they just look like part of the plant now, and they'll do a really good job of filling it in. Eventually they'll grow really long and hopefully fill in this plant continuously as I add more and more cuttings from this monster plant over here. Just a monstrosity, isn't it? So I'm just gonna keep doing that, and now I'll show you how I'm gonna pop these other ones in this little water vessel. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do with my new cuttings is take off the bottom leaf, just cause it's gonna be touching the water and it's probably gonna rot anyway, so might as well take that out of the equation and not worry. So now you can see the 2 bendy parts are exposed and naked. That's a weird way to say it. And then I'm just gonna take my little water vessel and just pop them in there like so. This one is like a weird angle, so that's gonna be kind of a problem. Hopefully it doesn't fall out. And then this one fits perfectly, like a perfect, oh, okay. So they're just weird angles, that's fine though. As long as those bendy parts are securely in the water, it should pop out roots within just a couple days. So I might kind of position it a little more aggressively, like just really shove it in there. There, oop, no, it's not having it. So now I have my 2 new cuttings that I'm gonna add on to this pot again. Once they start rooting, it should take about a couple weeks for the wandering Jew plant or the Trandascantia plant. This is like one of the easiest plants I've ever propagated, so I highly recommend doing it, and it's something that you just have to do with the plant. Now that I've put these cuttings in here, I'm definitely gonna really water the heck out of this plant, because this plant usually likes to dry out pretty significantly, but with cuttings in here you want to pay a little more attention and keep the moisture a little more consistent, especially when it's hot. That way the cuttings have more of an opportunity to absorb that water and root even more aggressively like they should. All right, so that's it guys. Me and my chair friend back there are all done. That's the whole process. So I hope this video was helpful, but thank you guys for watching. Please like if you haven't, please subscribe if you haven't. Please comment and let me know what you want to see, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.